Okay, good afternoon, students. I believe you have already taken your lunch now. So, welcome to our class. I am here with many teachers supporting me here, including the teacher Meme. Yes, and teacher Pat, right? And teacher, I forgot the name. Meow. Meow meow. The very beautiful cat. Yes. Okay. So before we're gonna start, I have already here your scores that you have already submitted in the Google form. So according to Teacher Meme, some of you that I included here that did not send the Google your answers have already sent. So I will check again the Google form. Okay, to erase these numbers. So I have here, there are 31 students who got perfect scores for the listening and the reading test. Congratulations. And they get 19 over 90. That's very good. So I will just also, I am still checking the writing test as of the moment. So I will give the scores maybe next week. So for this, Teacher Mimi will give you those, will chat you the students who got perfect scores. Okay, Teacher Mimi, how many students are we have now? 49 students. Okay, some students have up 63 students. Very good. Okay, so we will start around 2 minutes. So I have here, I hope it is connected here. Okay, so we have 31 students. Very good students. And the living room that has many perfect score is from room 1. Congratulations, room 1. Followed by, of course, room 8. Room 8. And I think followed by room 4. And the list, so Lisa, room 5. Only one student got the perfect score. Room 5, fighting. Okay, room 5. But some students got 1 mistake and 2 mistakes, right? So that is our score. Okay, so this is our last step for this midterm. It's called rationalizing the denominator. Okay, so what is the word rationalizing the denominator? It's very deep, teacher, right? It's very deep. It's all about the surds, how we're gonna rationalize. Miss, what is pasata in rationalize? Rational. What's pasata in rational, right? Again, miss? Rational. I forgot. Rational in pasatay. Yes. I can pronounce. Okay, so that is the keyword of rationalizing from the word rational. So you have to make it rational from irrational. Okay? So how many students now, miss? Before we're gonna start, 1 minute more before we're gonna start the lesson. Okay, so I think there are 80 students already, teacher. 80 students. 66. Okay, I believe that we will start now the lesson. Okay, again, good afternoon, students. And our lesson for today is all about rationalizing the denominator. Okay, so what this is all about? Okay, so let's start. Okay, so we have here vocabulary, objectives, and our games later on. So let's start with the vocabulary here. Okay, just wait. Oh my goodness. Okay, just wait. Okay, since it is lagging first, I would like to ask first if you can still remember the lessons we discussed. Can you give me numbers that are rational? Just type the numbers that are rational. Ready? Go. Just type the numbers that are rational. Okay, what are the numbers that are rational numbers? If you can still remember.
Rational number.
Yes. Nobody is answering. 2. Very good. What else?
Ram 44.
44.
Panisara 2/4.
2/4. Very good. That's a rational number.
Ananya 4.
4.
Nanapat 430.
430. How about decimal point?
อ๋อไม่ใช่เลขที่
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I think it's okay now. Teacher.
Minus 25.
Okay. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. What is your lunch? What did you eat earlier? Okay. So we have here. Okay. So I have here. Okay, rationalizing that denominator. So our vocabulary here, let's start with the vocabulary. So we're gonna heads up here. What are the heads up? Okay, no. Okay, vocabulary and heads up. Just wait, teacher. Okay, so in mathematics, there is an agreement that we don't leave a blank in the denominator of a fraction. So, what do you call a blank here, square root of 3 in the denominator of a fraction? Go! So, I have here, there is an agreement in mathematics that we don't leave a blank in the denominator of a fraction. What do you call this number? Go! 1 point. 1 over square root of 3. What is that number? Okay, what would that it be? What do you call this number? Okay, square root of 3.
And root 8. Root.
Root!
Yes.
That's wrong.
Root 8. Root 2.
Root 2?
Run root.
No, what do you call this type of number?
Round root 8. Irrational number.
Irrational number. Very good. Amazing. Irrational number. What else? What else? Irrational. Square root of 3. Other type of number. Square root of 3. 2 points. 2 points now.
Integer.
Integer. No, this is not an integer. You forgot na ha? Okay.
Third.
Third, very good. Amazing.
Root 8. Number 25.
25, room 8, number 25. Third or irrational number or other books, this is called radical expressions or radical numbers. Okay. So, in mathematics, there is always what we're gonna say that we have to make square root of 3 into a rational number, into a number without the root, or it is not a third or not a radical, right? So we have here, okay, so by what number can we multiply square root of 3 to change it to a rational number? What would be the number, right, Nis? So that square root of 3 will become rational. What number you gonna multiply here? Square root of 3.
Conjugate, right?
Yes, what will be the answer? Go! Type now the answer. Type now the answer.
Conjugate. Root 3 and root 8.
Yes, amazing. So that is, the correct answer is root 3 by itself. That is the correct answer. If you multiply square root of 3 by square root of 3, the answer will always be into rational number. That is the law of radical expressions. That is, we have here square root of n squared equals n. So that's how we're gonna multiply a irrational number, a third, so that it becomes a rational number. So, how are we going to multiply this one without changing the value? For example, I have here 1 over 2. I will make that number into 2 over 4. What number should I multiply? What number should I multiply? If I will make it 2 over 4. 2 over 4. What number should I multiply? So you multiply it by
2.
2. Very good. 2 over 2, right? So it does not change the value. It only changes the number. So that's how you're gonna multiply a certain number. So from this case, you have to multiply it by times the same square root of 3 over square root of 3. Now you multiply 1 times square root of 3, that is square root of 3, over, since you multiply this the same values, it will become 3. And that is now the essence of rationalizing the denominator. So you have to make it a conjugate, or we have to multiply it by itself. So what is rationalizing the denominator? So these are now the vocabularies. First, remember, we have here denominator. Very easy, right? Denominator is a number below the line in a common fraction or a divisor. For example, 2 over 5, the denominator is below. So that is square root of 5. Now, if we say rationalizing the denominator, it is the process by which a fraction is rewritten so that the denominator contains only rational number. Put that in mind that if you rationalize the denominator, make sure that that number below or the denominator is become rational number. From irrational or surd to make it a rational number. So that is now rationalizing the denominator. Understand? From irrational or surd, make it rational. Okay? Okay, so let's move on now. Okay, so objective number 1, rationalizing a monomial surd. What does it mean by monomial? Meaning only 1/3. So for example here, I have here 1/3, square root of 3, square root of 5. So these are only 1/3. So it's very easy for this one. What your goal here is the denominator is changed from irrational to rational by multiplying by itself, the same phase. So for example here, okay, so we have here 5 over square root of 11. What is you gonna multiply? Go! Very active teachers here. Okay, go. What you gonna multiply here?
Go.ไม่มีใครตอบเลยค่ะ
Okay, 1 point for this.
Room 2 number 32 root 11.
Very good. Root 11. Very easy, no? So you multiply root 11 from the top and below. Okay. So our answer. Okay. Is this correct? Root 55. Yes or no? Root 55. Yes or no?
Go แล้วไหมคะ
Go. Yes or no? Just say yes or no.
Yes or no?
Yes or no only. Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Type in now. Type in.
Yes or no? No.
No. Anod say no. That is wrong. Remember that if there's no root and an integer, just copy 5.
Everybody say no.
Yes, amazing. Over square root of 11 over square root of 11 times square root of 11. Just copy 11, and that is the final answer. From irrational number going to rational number. That is rationalizing the denominator. Okay. Number 2. What you gonna multiply?
Go.
Okay, go. Okay, what would be the answer? What you gonna multiply here?
Root 5, Ram root 6.
Root 6.
Rapon root 5.
Okay, teacher, what will be the answer, teacher? Root
5.
Root 5. Multiply it by root 5. Very good. So if you multiply root 5 now, Now remember, I have here root 6, root 5, right? Now copy first the integer 5 and then multiply both these surds. So we have square root of 6 times square root of 5 is 30 over 5. But I have here 5 at the numerator and denominator, so you have to cancel out. Yes, so we have the answer is square root of 30. So that is very easy. Yeah? So just make sure that you know how to multiply, okay, the same face, only the same face, okay? So that's how you're gonna multiply or rationalize the denominator with monomial surds. Next. Number 3, what would be the answer now? Answer, go! What would be the answer of 15 over root 10? Yes, 2 points because it's very hard to solve. So, again, you multiply it by square root of 10. So, what would be?
10.
Yeah.
Root 10.
Yes. The answer, the final answer.
Our final answer.
Yes.
A note 2 root 10 over 5.
2 root 10 over 5. Are you sure, Anoj?
Root a number 25. 3 root 10 over 2.
Very good. That's the correct answer. Who is that, miss?
Patrapon 3 root 10 over 2.
Yes.
Hakim root 2 3 root 10 over 2. Ratanari 15 root 10 over 10.
Okay. So I will get 5 students, the top 5 students to get 2 points. Okay, so again, times root 10 over root 10. So we have here, copy 15, then copy square root of 10 over 10. Remember to cut this out. So this is 3, this is 2. Very good. We have here 3 square root of 10 over 2. Amazing. Congratulations. Now, number 4. What you gonna multiply here? The simplest way. What you gonna multiply for number 4? Go. Okay. What you gonna multiply for number 4? Okay. There are now many numbers. Include here in number 4.
Root 2 number 32. Root 2 over 2.
No. You multiply, not the final answer.
And root 3.
Root 3? Are you sure, Anuj? Who else?
And Panchanit 2 root 3.
2 root 3? What would be the simplest way? Okay. Who else, teacher?
Patrapon root 3 and Kanonapat root 2.
Root 2. Okay, the correct answer is multiply it by only. Do not be deceived by number 2. Multiply only by root 3 over root 3. Okay, so answer root 3 have 1 point. Congratulations. Now, okay. So we have here, multiply 3. Square root of 6 times 3 is 18. Divided by, copy the 2. Okay. Remember, if you multiply root 3 and root 3 will be 3. Very good. Okay. Now, I have here, cut, then cut. Okay. So, I can have here in the answer, root 18 over 2. Okay. Can you guess what is one of the factors of 18 that is a perfect square? What would it be? That is 9, right, teacher? So this is 3 times 3 times 2 over 2. Remember that this one, okay, 2, right? So we can have here 3 root 2 over 2. So that is the final answer. So there are from easy to difficult ones. So make sure that you know how to factor, how to multiply, and eventually you will go to that final answer. Okay? So again, remember, if you multiply, rationalize the monomial surd, just look at the denominator, look for the surds only. Okay? So this is now the final answer. Okay? Good job. Okay, let's move on now to objective 2, multiplying binomials involving surds expressions. So before we go to the last rationalization, let's review first how you're going to multiply these numbers. For example, I have here 2 minus square root of 3 times square root of 2 plus 4, right? It involves now surds like square root of 3 times square root of 2. So we will apply, the FOIL method here. The FOIL method here. So we can have here, this is very tricky. So first here, so we're going to multiply 2 root 2, so just copy 2 root 2, right? First, outside, so this is outside here. Okay, 2 times 4 plus 4. Next is either, so this is 2. So remember, this is minus, so make sure you have copied minus. Then square root of 3 times square root of 2 is square root of 6. Right? And also the final one here. Okay. Don't forget to copy minus. And then square root of 3 and 4. So that is 4 root 3. Okay. Do we need to combine? Okay, no, because this is square root of 2, square root of 6, square root of 3. So that is the final answer. So very hard, but you have to make sure that you use FOIL method for that one. Okay? Okay. Okay, good job. Okay, here. Okay, this is raised to 2. 2 minus square root of 3 raised to 2. Remember, if it's raised to 2, it duplicates twice. So we have here 2 minus square root of 3 times 2 minus square root of 3, right? So if you're going to use FOIL method again, just simply do like that. So we can have here 2 times 2 is 4. Another one here is 2 times minus square root of 3 is minus 2 square root of 3. Here is minus, this one is 2 square root of 3. And the last one is this one. Okay, make sure, minus square root of 3 and minus square root of 3. If you multiply minus minus, that is plus. But since it is multiplied by itself, it automatically have 3. Okay, now, okay, so we have to combine because there is needed to combine. So 4 plus 3 is 7. Minus 2 and minus 2 is minus 4. Copy the root. So that is root 3. Very hard. Okay, 7 minus 4, root 3. So that is now how you're going to multiply using FOIL methods involving the surds or the irrational numbers. Okay? It's just the same last time, but it only involves the surds. Right, teacher? Right. Okay. So, let's move on now. Since you have already known how to multiply this one. So, this is our final goal. Objective is rationalizing a binomial surd. Meaning binomial, for example, 2 plus root 3 or 2 minus root 3 and so on and so forth. So, there is what we call conjugate. Everybody say conjugate now. Okay. Yes. Okay. Conjugate now. What is a conjugate? So, a conjugate is formed by changing the sign between two terms in binomial. For example, here, square root of x plus 2. Just look for the sign plus. So make it minus. Easy. Example, x plus y. The conjugate for that is x minus y. Okay. So just change x minus y. The conjugate is x plus y. It's like changing of plus minus. Okay. That is conjugate. Now, since you already know the conjugate, okay, so let's try if you understand conjugate. Okay? Now, what is the conjugate of 2 minus square root of 3? Go! Okay, go. What is the conjugate of that? What would be the conjugate? Remember conjugate, just change the sign. Just change the sign.
2 plus root 3.
Very good. Who is that, miss? 2 plus root 3.
Patarana root 8.
Patarana, room A. Amazing, Patarana. Okay. Now, it's very hard, right, to solve this one. So, we have a law and a formula to solve. That is the difference of two squares. If you can still remember, that is this equals a squared minus b squared. So that we can answer it easier. So remember, we have 2 here. So just write 2 squared minus, we have square root of 3 here. Square root of 3 squared. Okay, now we have the final answer here. 4. This one, is it 9?
3.
3, because cancel the root, minus 3. The correct answer is 1. Okay, remember this is not 9 but 3 because it has root, cancel out already.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, number 2, what is the conjugate? Go!
Go!
Go, conjugate. 1 point, conjugate. How many students now, teacher?
Hakim room 2.
Yes.
1. Root 8. Root 2 minus root 3.
Yes, amazing. 1 point. Root 2 minus root 3. Amazing. Yes. Again, use the formulas. We have root 2 squared minus root 3 squared. Both have roots, so cancel the roots here. Cancel. So the final answer would be 2 minus 3 equals 1 again. Minus 1. Sorry, minus 1. This is minus 1. Okay. Don't forget the minus. Okay. Conjugate, then apply the formula a squared minus b squared. So are you ready? Okay, so let's try if you can still remember the formula by answering this one. The first 3-person only teacher got 2 points. Ready? The first question is go. Go! What is the answer? What will be the answer? Yes, what is the answer for that one?
A note 22, round 22.
Mm-hmm. The last one.
กระหนกนภัส
22. Very good. The correct answer is, oh, sorry, backward. 22. Congratulations. Okay, this is 5 squared minus root 3 squared. So 25 minus 3. Okay, next question number 2. Go. What would be the answer? What would be the answer for that?
Demand 2.
2. Oh, keep on going, keep on answering.
A note 44.
44, Anuj.
พัทรพล room 8 ลบminus x
minus 18. What else?
yeah minus 12
Mm-hmm.
round 44
44. What will be the answer? The answer is minus 18. So we got the minus 18. Who got the minus 18, miss?
room A number 4
Room 8, number 4. Very good. You are listening. Okay, so this is 7 minus 25. That is minus 18.
Three
Ma-
students,
Is that
right?
right?
But how many? Yes, 3 students.
Okay, room 2 number.
Thank you, miss. Okay. I hope we still have a time to.
Teacher,
Now, please the student check their attendance.
Okay, okay.
มีการกระซิบด้วยลิงก์ไปลิงก์ไปลิงก์
Miss, have you already signed up attendance, is that right?
Okay.
Yeah, already sent the link.
Okay. Okay, so shall we continue now? Not yet. Okay, continue na, miss. Okay, let's continue. Question number 3. Go.
Oh.
It looks like hard, but no, it's not. Just look at this.
Look like hard.
Yeah.
Oh, very easy.
Very easy now, miss now. Okay. What will
3
be
คนค่ะ3คน
some
พัทรพล room 8 2
two? Who,
2 and ถากร room 6 2
yes, the correct answer is 2. Congratulations. This is root 5 minus raised to 2 minus square root of 3 raised to 2. That is 5 minus 3. That is the answer. Congratulations. Last question. Last question. So we have here. Go. So what will be the answer for that?
Anut minus 2 พัทรพล minus 2 ชนาภา minus 2
Okay, very easy. So that is minus 2. Congratulations. So that's how you're gonna do the if you multiply these two expressions using the difference of two squares. Now let us apply on how we're gonna rationalize the denominator. So let's have here rationalizing the denominator of this one. Number 1, what is the conjugate of the denominator? Go. What is the conjugate of this denominator? Number 1. They can see, right, Master? Yeah. What would be the conjugate? Yes.
5 touch root 3
Very good. Plus 1 point. So, again, multiply it by the conjugate of the denominator. That is 5 plus root 3 over 5 plus root 3 equals. So, multiply 1 times 5 plus root 3. So, that's the answer. 5 plus root 3. Okay, now, copy here. 5 minus root 3 times 5 plus root 3. Right? Okay. Remember that if we have to to answer that one, you have to make sure that it's 5 squared minus root 3 squared. So we have 5 plus root 3 over 5 squared minus root 3 squared. So the final answer is, what is the answer here? The answer. This is 25 minus 3 is 22. So 5 plus root 3, no space, over 22. Yes. Okay, that's the answer. Okay? Okay. So So why is it 22 here? Because 5 squared minus square root of 3 squared is equal to 25 minus 3. So that is it's 22. Remember that one. Cannot see, miss? It's okay?
Okay.
Okay, yes. Okay, let's continue. Okay, number 2, the same here. We can have here, multiply it by conjugate. So we have here times 3 plus root 7. Minus root 7. Just wait. Divided by 3 minus root 7. Okay. Be careful with the numerator here. We have root 2 times 3 minus root 7, right? So we can write first root 2 if you cannot, so that you cannot be confused. 3 minus root 7. Divided by, okay, 3 squared minus root 7 squared. Okay. Okay, no space. Let's budget this one. Okay, so again, distributive law, 1 by 1. So we have 3 root 2 minus root 2 times root 7 is root 14 divided by, what is the answer on the denominator? Go! What is the answer on the denominator? So be alert. Okay, what will be the answer? 3 squared minus root 7 squared.
เฉพาะส่วนเฉพาะส่วนค่ะถากร true พัทรพล true รุท true พิมมาดา true.
Very good. They got 1.2. So we don't have any simplification. So that is our final answer. Okay, amazing students. Okay, questions? So this is how you're gonna step by step multiply the conjugate of the denominator, then multiply numerator to numerator, then apply here the difference of two squares, and then simplify into reduced form the smallest term, and that would be your final answer. Okay, so that's how you're gonna rationalize the denominator. Okay, last question. I will give you 5 points to those can give the answer in words. Okay, in words. Type that in words. So it's very hard. That's why 5 points in words. Go. Yes. This is 5 points. Okay, I hope you prepare your pen and paper on your side so that you can answer.
ถากร root 17 minus root 6 over 4.
Root 17 minus
root 6 over 4 and พัทรพล root 8 root 14 พัด root 6 over 4. And Nara root 2 root 14 พัด root 6 over 4.
Plus root 6 over 4.
Yeah, ชนะทิพย์ทิพย์
This is very fast, huh?
root 14 minus root 6 over 4.
Are they sure about that? So let's try to... to those who answer minus, they did not conjugate it. Okay, so this is now the final answer. Again, multiply the conjugate, this one. Root 7 plus or minus? This is plus because this is minus. Root 3 over root 7 minus root 3. So let's step by step. Root 2 times root 7 plus root 3 divided by the difference of two squares. So we have root 7 squared minus root 3 squared. So we have here the answer. Distribute first. So root 2 times root 7 is root 14. Plus root 2 plus root 3, root 6. And this is 7 minus 3, right? 7 minus 3. So we have root 14 plus root 6 over 4. Who got the first one to answer, Miss? Congratulations! Very good. Who is the first one?
Patrapon room A.
Room A. Amazing, Patarapon. I haven't heard Anuj. Na Anuj. Maybe Anuj is still answering. Okay. So that's how you're gonna conjugate this rationalizing the denominator. I believe we don't have time anymore, so we will continue this next week, and we will have interactive games as well. And I will record your points. Congratulations to the winners. Very high, very 5 points. Okay? So again, this is the rationalizing the denominator. How many minutes more here? 2 more minutes. And I would like to thank Teacher Mimi and Teacher Pat for helping me, and Teacher Mio. Okay, amazing. Okay, thank you so much, and see you next week, students. Bye-bye for now. Okay, bye-bye, teacher.